Ma'am, thank you so much for speaking to NDTV. You have been fighting for the women's cause for several years. Over the last few days, we have seen multiple stories of survivors. What now in terms of accountability? What do you think is the most effective way to hold perpetrators accountable for their actions with regards to this entire Mollywood Me Too?
Maria, I wouldn't just call it a Me Too. This has gone larger than that. And I'm hoping, and we are all working towards the one thing, that it doesn't stop with this. And then we are able to make the changes and the references or the recommendations given in the report. We would like to make those changes in our industry to make it not just safer, but also equal space for everybody. Because the committee, the committee report out of the 289 pages or so, half of it talks about sexual harassment, but the other half, which I'm very proud to say, that they have been speaking about, it has reported about the issues at workspace. And that also is as important as the harassment that it has spoken about.
Ma'am, there are specific Vishaka guidelines in place, but in institutions such as AMMA, I was told that there was no POSH committee. So my question is, do you believe that the legal system right now is equipped to handle cases of sexual harassment and misconduct effectively?
That is something we really need to look in, Maria. This is a very, very important question because, WCC had to actually go to the court and tell that every production and every film department or, the film organization should have an ICC in place. And they had to have a court order for this, though it is the law of the land. Because nobody really understands, and even after forming it, there is no specific way that they have done it. So most ICCs in all these places of work are not in place. So that is very important. And secondly, the special investigation team that the Kerala government has set up, I am not very sure whether they are sensitized to understand, our workspace, which is very different from all other workspace, and to take these cases forward. So I'm just hoping and wishing that, they put this together, take a little time, understand the ups and downs of our workspace, the emotions that go into it, and then, take these cases.
Okay, since you appeared before the SIT as well, and you have put your views across, are they really equipped? Because this is the question that I wish to ask, because justice has to be served in cases of sexual harassment and misconduct. What, according to you, will be the justice here?
I have not actually met the SIT team as yet, but WCC is working towards understanding what the SIT team is, the way the SIT team is working, so that we can help them or at least give them the, the way to go about it. So what is justice? What is justice? That is something which is very difficult to say. There are two things in this, Maria. This is a movement that has taken its own course,
yes,
which we did not expect after the report was published, given to the public. There are two things in this. It's very important that any allegation that is made is investigated properly and understood, because this is years and years of work put in, and an allegation can negate everything that an individual has done. So for that, the SIT has to be equipped to understand how truthful the allegation is. Secondly, there is another aspect of it where, people are pitted against the people who are coming out. And especially women being pitted against women is something that we have seen. It's an age-old I would say, a kind of a tradition that has happened in our society, So women being pitted against women, and that has also started. So we need to really understand that this is not a kind of a, what do you say, a shaming game, or it is not any kind of a game. It is a very, very important foundation of a future that we are laying for our future generations, our children, grandchildren, whatever we call it. And it is not just within the industry, it is also going to percolate into the society and the attitude of the society in general. So this is a very, very important movement, and we should not be, throwing it out, making decisions in hastily. It has to be done with complete detailing and complete meticulous nature.
Absolutely, I agree with you. Because, when the first wave of Me Too came, there were several high and mighty of the Bollywood who were named, and many of them are back in positions of power and authority. Of course, we are seeing the second wave, but you are saying that it's a more organic movement now. My question is that the Indian film industry, not in general Bollywood or Mollywood, you have so many regional linguistic cinemas. Have they taken sufficient measures to address sexual harassment and misconduct? And what changes would you like to be implemented in order to ensure that the industry becomes a safe space for women and such incidents can be prevented?
Maria, wherever there is name, fame, and money, there are issues, and it's always about the powerful and the weak, And I'm talking about in every sense, whether it is the power, it's the money, or even mentally, and physically. So the powerful and the weak. This is a game that is being played for over centuries. Now. With regards to people coming back into power, that's exactly what I'm saying, Maria, that we need to see to it that this movement doesn't die down with just allegations and, people are just calling out names and after that everything is forgotten because some other news has taken over. No, this has to be something that we need to take it forward very, very sensitively and very strongly. And for that, I think WCC we as a group, we are a very small group, but we are working day and night, understanding and trying to put certain things in place so that we can talk to the other industry bodies and say that this is something all of us have to do together. No one person can do. Government alone cannot do things. We have to work together with the government, and all the bodies have to come together for this. So that is what we are working towards, Maria, and God bless that we're able to do it, completely.
More power to you, certainly. We hope, women like you, more and more women like you come out and support others. Ma'am, one of the major fallouts of this Justice Hema Committee report has been, of course, subsequent statements, but also resignations. The entire AMMA committee has been dissolved. The president has resigned. Mr. Mohan Lal has resigned. Then you have Film Employee Federation of Kerala, which is a trade union of technicians coming out in support. Then there's also the political fallout, which we are seeing with demands of resignation of the CPIM leader who's facing the question, the actor M. Mukesh. How do you look at these resignations per se?
That has been happening in our country for every single thing. For any drop of an issue, people just resign. And what is resignation? It is about shirking your responsibility. So with regards to the Association of Malayalam Movie Artists, which is AMMA, it is about you need to take responsibility. You need to understand. Have a conversation. Let us all have a conversation across the table. What is wrong in that? Why are we holding our egos so high? We have our images in front of public, but between us, within the industry, should we really need to have that? Let us sit, talk together. And we're all working towards the betterment of our industry, because after all, my identity of who I am is because of this industry where I have worked and done some amazing work with all of them. So why do we have that? So I think the first thing that all of us need to do is, okay, this has happened. Last 10 days, it's been a turmoil. Now let us all come, sit together, converse, understand how to make things better, change it, because now the girls are not going to sit, keep quiet. They are going to, because before it was just shut up, keep quiet, don't say anything, leave it, Now I don't think we will we will tell them that, and they are not going to. Even if you tell them, this generation is not some a generation that is going to listen to your stupid advice, but they are going to do what they feel is right.
My last
So
question to
now
you.
we need to sit across the table and talk and make it better.
Okay, do you see this as a tipping point? And let me also add a subsequent question to that. What are your opinions? Should there be similar commissions in other states of inquiry? Is there a need for such committees?
I don't know about the commissions, but if we sincerely want to understand and study a specific industry, I think a commission like this is very good. But again, the result of the commission will be according to the people who go and speak. I am proud to say that the girls and the boys, the men who have spoken in the Hema Commission, I think they have done a very good job. They have, spoken what they really truly felt, and each one according to their individual experiences. So that has happened. But now, with regards to taking sexual favors for a role or anything like that, that is something that none of us can really say much, as far as these individuals are not forced. There should never be a force with regards to saying that I will give you this if you give me a sexual favor. So that is something that I think we really need to stop. And I don't know. I don't know how we are going to do this. There has to be somebody, some few people who need to put their heads together and do something about this too.
All right, actor Revathy, director also, taking up the good fight. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing your views.